All right, so who can tell me what surface area is? What do we mean by surface area? Austin? Okay, so this is a perfect time of year for us to be thinking about surface area. I got to wrap a Christmas present. I need to know how big a piece of paper I need to cover the whole box, right? So I need to know the surface area of the box. I need to know how much paper I need to cover the bottom and the top and all the sides. So all the faces of a solid, right? So I could sit there and, like on this prism, okay? I could take the area of this triangle and the area of this triangle and then the area of this rectangle and the area of this rectangle and the area of this rectangle, okay? I could do that and then add them all together. Or there's a handy-dandy little formula for surface area of a prism. You ready? I'm using graph paper today because I couldn't find notebook paper handy. All right, so here, I'll use a different color because I don't think blue's going to show up. What's that for me? Okay, I'll show you.
Okay.
All right, so surface area equals capital PH plus 2 capital B. And we're going to make a little legend over here that talks about what each one is. Capital P is the perimeter of the base. Okay? The distance all the way around the base. Okay? Capital B is the area of the base. Okay? We've got some colored pencils so I can help you guys see this. I'm jingling. Put your bells back on. All right. So for this prism right here, what is our base shape? What's the base of a prism? What's the base of? Well, this is a triangular prism. This is a triangular prism, right? Because it's got triangles on the top and bottom and rectangles all the way around. The rectangles all the way around are what make a prism a prism. Okay? So this right here, maybe this will help it pop for you. That right there, okay, that's one of my bases, right? You follow?
Yes.
So I have to find the perimeter of that base. So what is the perimeter? I don't want to use blue. It won't show up on my graph paper. What's my perimeter? What are all my measurements for this?
9.
Well, 9 feet is this.
It's 5, 3, 4.
So this is 3 here. What's this one?
4.
4. Okay? So the perimeter equals my distance all the way around. So that's 3 plus 4 plus 5, which equals what? 12. Okay? But I also have to know, I also have to know my base area. So what shape did we say was our base?
Rectangle.
What shape did we say was our base? The triangle, okay? The rectangles that go around it, on this particular one, this is a triangular prism. So the name of the prism tells you what the base is, okay? So this is a triangular prism because it's got a prism on 2 ends and the rest of it is connected with rectangles. Okay, so how do I find the area of a triangle? This would be a good time for you to have your notebooks out so you have your notes. 1/2 base times height, okay? So my area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Okay? So what is my base times height? So how do I write that out for this one? What's my base of this triangle? 4. What's my height of the triangle? 3. So what's 1/2 of 4 times 3 is? 4 times 3 is 6? 4 times 3 is 12. 1/2 of 4 times 3 is 6. Okay, so my area, this is my base area, is 6. Now I can come up and plug everything into this one. I'm trying to find my surface area. That equals my perimeter of the base, which we said was what? It's 12, right? It's this one right here. 12 times the height of the prism. What's the height of the prism? What's the distance between the two bases? What's the distance?
9.
9. This is my distance between the two bases, right? I have a triangle here and a triangle back here, and there's 9 feet in between them. That's your height. Pretend this is turned on its side. This is your height. That's your height of the prism. Okay? So it's 12 times 9 plus 2 times the base area, which was 6. Okay? So, with your handy dandy calculators,
It's 108 plus
12 times 9 is 108. 108 plus 12.
equals 120. Yeah. You said 109.
Huh? 108. I knew that. Good catch. Just making sure you're paying attention. 120 what? Purple monkeys, yellow orangutans? Square feet. Okay? Square feet. So when I come back up here to number 74, hey, looky there. 120 is one of my answer choices. How about that? Okay? This formula right here, okay? Surface area of a prism. You need to be able to look at this and know what it's for. You'll get this formula on your reference sheet for your exam. You just have to know what it goes to. Okay? I'm actually going to take your reference sheet and I'm going to write on it what each one is. You won't get that, so you need to kind of study that and memorize it, so when we give you your reference sheet, you can write it down. You can't do it until the test starts, but then you can write everything down, so when you go back to refer to it, you're not stressing out about which formula is that. It's all right there. So I'm going to write down everything that you are going to need to write on your reference sheet when you get it. Okay? Make sense? Okay. All right, let's look at number 75. Okay, a piece of machinery is designed in the shape of a triangular prism. Hey, we just dealt with triangular prisms, didn't we? It must be coated in Teflon before it's placed in the machine. How many square inches of Teflon will be needed to completely cover the machinery part shown below? So we're looking for, not area, surface area. We need the surface area of the whole thing. So remember, my formula is surface area equals my base perimeter times the height plus 2 times my base area. Oops. Zoom out so you can see. Zoom out. Other way. There you go. Okay, I actually can probably do this one on the paper. I'm going to do this one up here. Surface area equals pH plus 2b. Okay? So, first thing I have to find is my perimeter. What is my base? What shape is my base? What shape is my base? It's a triangle, so this is my base. This is my base, and this is my other base. Okay? So, how do I find the perimeter of my base? What does perimeter mean? What does perimeter mean? Yeah, but you can't tell me what perimeter means by using perimeter. Tell me what is the definition of perimeter.
The amount of around the base, the amount of
Perimeter is the distance all the way around. That's all I wanted. The distance around. Okay? Perimeter is my distance around. So if I'm looking for my perimeter of my base, what am I adding together? One 1.7 is my height of my base. 6 is my height of the prism. Well, 2 and 2 would give me 2 sides. 2, 2, and 2. These are all 2 inches. Okay? So I have 2 plus 2 plus 2, which gives me 6. Okay? So now I have to find my base, my area of my base. So what's my base? What shape is it?
triangle.
What's my formula for the area of a triangle?
Half base times height.
So it's going to be 1/2 base times height. So what is the base of my triangle? This is part of the triangle? It's 2 inches. My triangle. If I'm just looking at the triangle, what's my base? 2 inches. Okay? Now, just looking at the triangle, what's my height?
1.7.
1.7. Okay, so plug that into our handy dandy calculator. And we have 2 times 1.7. Ooh, 2 times 1.7. 2 times 1. It's 3.4 times 1/2. So divide that by 2. So my base area is 1.7. Ha! We could have done that here. Half of 2 is 1. 1 times 1.7 is 1.7. We weren't thinking. That was too easy. And we overthink everything, so why not do it that way? All right, so now I have my perimeter and I have my base, so I have what I need to plug into my formula. Okay, so surface area equals, what was my perimeter? My base perimeter is 6 times, what's the height of my prism? What's the distance between my faces? 6. My distance between my two faces is 6, right? This is my height right here. Okay. Plus 2 times, what was my base area?
1.7.
1.7. Okay. So 6 times 6 is
36.
36. plus 2 times 1.7 is 3.4. Okay, so my surface area equals what? 39.4. 39.4 what? Inches squared. Okay? Moving right along. Footloose and fancy free. Getting there is happy fun. I have no idea where that came from.
I don't either. Sorry.
It's all good. All right. What is the area of the prism? This one? That's not that one.
Surface area of a prism? Yeah, it should be because a half of the perimeter times the length of it or the height of it, because there's only one base. There's not two.
Right. That still doesn't make sense. You know what? We're going to skip number 76 for right now. Research that one for me.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that it is though, because
I just don't know what that is.
the length of it, the height of it, which would be the
But we don't have the.
9.
That's the height of the base, though. That's the height of the face.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's the same thing. Because
All right, we'll try it. We'll see if it
I'm
works.
pretty sure that it is. And
Okay.
then, yeah.
Yeah, you keep turning my light down.
I'm sorry.
All right. We think this is right. If we're wrong, we'll fix it. Okay? Surface area of a pyramid. My formula is different. Surface area equals 1/2 base perimeter times L, which is also the height, we think. Sounds right.
Yeah.
Plus the base perimeter. So what is the base of this this pyramid? What kind of pyramid is it? It's a square pyramid. It's a square pyramid. Okay, if it's a square pyramid, what's my base area? Right, so my base area is going to be side squared because it's a square. So this is 5 squared, which equals 25. Okay? You with me? All right. So we have, let me just double check this real quick, guys.
PL. But it means the same thing as H.
I'm not coming up with the same answer. I'm not coming up with one of the answer choices. All right.
Well, because it's 5.5, not 5.
Ah, that's the problem. See, you guys are just slacking.
They're just copying down what you're saying. That's all that they came here to do.
Right.
So,
They didn't come here to think for themselves. What's
No.
5.5 squared?
30.25.
Okay, now I agree with you.
okay.
I see why it is the way it is. All right.
We have monocles.
We have smarticles in our brains. All right, so that's my base area. So to find the rest of it, I need my perimeter. So what's my perimeter? How do I figure that out? What's my perimeter of the base?
The perimeter of the base.
My base is this yellow square. all the way around.
AKA the distance around the outside. No, that's just the length of it.
This is 5.5. What did you say? How did you get that?
I did 5 times 5, 5.5 times 4.
Yeah. 5.5 times 4 equals what? 22. Okay. So now this L is for the length of the pyramid, but it's also the height. So this is my L right here. So if I plug everything into this over here, we have our surface area equals 1/2. What did we say our base perimeter was?
Base perimeter is 30.5.
My base perimeter. My perimeter. 22. Times the length of it, which is, we said was the height of the triangle, which is 9. Plus our base area, which is
30.5.
plug that all in. Tell me what magical number you come up with.
9 is 198 plus 30.
I got 114. I got 228.25. I got 102.25.
I got 426.25.
Wow, what are you guys doing? Guys,
I got 228.25.
guys. No. What? Are you done?
Yeah.
What's half of 22? 11. 11 times 9 is what? 99. So I have 99 plus 30.25 gives me what?
129.25.
129.25 what?
Feet squared.
I think I just typed it in wrong. Oh, I did 22
Which is
times
why I
9.
remember our little
Yeah, but you have the 1/2. You still have to divide it by 2.
where we do as much as we can in our head.
I did.
Okay.
You can divide it by 2 after. You could do 22 times 9 and then divide it by 2. You get the same thing.
I think I got the 5.
You guys remember a little conversation we had like 2 weeks ago maybe where we try to do everything that we can in our head? Like that half of 22, we know automatically is 11. If we try to do 1 divided by 2 times 1, there might be a mix-up and you might get like 5,000 instead of 11. And then it'll totally mess up your answer and you're just going to write down whatever you see on your calculator because that's what we do, right?
That's how we do.
Yeah.
Mister, why don't when we did the 22 times 9, then we divided it by 2 and then we added 30.20?
Probably because chubby fingers can maybe hit 1 or 2 extra buttons. That
No, you could have done it that way. You could have
We
done
did, but we didn't get the right answer.
Yeah, because maybe chubby
22
fingers can hit
times
different
9.
buttons.
22 times 9.
I'm
22
just saying.
times 9. Oh, goodness gracious. 22 times 9 equals 198. Divide that by 2 and you get 99. Plus 30.25, you get 129.25.
You can get it that way. I'm just saying that calculators and computers, as in,
They don't make these don't make mistakes.
but you can.
Operator error
Operator error. That's
is what makes mistakes.
Yes.
No, because you have to multiply it times 1/2, which is dividing it by 2. If you didn't do that, you got like 228.5 or something. You just, once you have it written out, just plug the numbers in. Just plug the numbers into the calculator. As long as your fingers don't push too many wrong buttons or any wrong buttons. All right, number 77. Dance committee is filling boxes in the shape of a rectangular prism with M&Ms. The boxes are 12 centimeters wide 4 centimeters long and 6 centimeters deep. All right, so I've got a box here. And it's 12 by 4 by 6. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, you get the idea. You see what the shape of the box is supposed to look like, right? Okay, so if they're making 80 boxes, how many cubic centimeters of M&Ms will they need? Ah, is this a surface area problem?
No.
What are they wanting to do? They're wanting to fill the box, so they want volume, right? So what's the standard formula for volume? You guys tried to use it for area. It's 3, base times width times height, right? Length times width times height. Okay, volume equals length times width times height. Or you may see it, volume equals base area times height. This is the way you'll see it on your sheet. And your base area is length times width, right? Right? So for this one, what do we want to use as our base? Which rectangle is going to be our base? Which one?
4.
So the 4 by 12. So we're going to use this one as our base. So this one's our base. Okay. So what's my area of this rectangle?
48.
48. Because my volume equals base area times height. So my base area is 4 times 12. And what's my height of the prism? 6. Okay, it's the distance between the two faces, right? So 4 times 12 is
12, 48.
48 times 6 is
20.
just double checking because my fat fingers did something else. Okay, so this is 288 what? Because these are centimeters, right? So we need 288 centimeters cubed. Am I done?
No, because it says that they're making 80 of them. How many M&Ms?
Right, so it's 288 cubic centimeters for one box. They're making 80 boxes, so they're doing 80 boxes times 288 cubic centimeters. 288 times 80.
23,040.
That's a lot of M&Ms. All right. So my answer for this problem that I'll come up here and put is get out of the way. 23,040 cubic centimeters of M&Ms. That's what they need.
Why couldn't it be 80 boxes with 22,040?
You could do it that way. How's that? I could even write over here that they need 288 cubic centimeters of M&Ms for one box. We cool?
Sounds like working with ratio.
Huh?
Sounds like working with ratio.
It is, because we could have written this as 288 to 1 is x to 80, right?
Yes.
We could have written it as a ratio. That's a good call. I was just thinking that. Okay. All right, number 78. Cedric bought an aquarium that is 15 inches high and has a base area of 300 square inches. Okay. How many cubic inches of water will he need to fill the aquarium so the water level is 1.5 inches from the top? Oh, that sounds complicated. Let's see if it's as complicated as it sounds. All right, we have an aquarium. I have an aquarium. Well, not yet, because we're trying to calculate the amount of water that we need to put in, right? I did something wrong. Something like that. Close enough. So we know that the area of the base, that's this part on the bottom, right? They've already told us that our base area is 300 square inches, right? So this is 300 inches squared, right? We also know that the whole thing is 15 inches tall, right? Okay. So they want to know if we fill it to 1.5 inches from the top. So are we filling it the full 15 inches?
No.
How far are we filling it?
13.5.
13.5. Okay, so I'm going to take my base area, which is 300, times what? 13.5. They didn't ask us what the volume of the whole aquarium was. They said how much water if we're going to leave it 1.5 inches from the top. So we have to multiply 300 times 13.5. My fingers are not working today. 300 times 13.5. Woo, that's not right. See, this is why we have to be careful with calculators and make sure we're putting in the numbers right. Yeah, I came up with like 5 million. I put something in wrong. I went, that's not right.
I have 4,020.
I got 4,050.
Yeah, he said. I got 1,050.
4,050 what?
Inches.
Well, we got
What kind of inches?
meters squared.
Cubed. Volume. Length times width times height. It's 3 measurements, so we're cubing it. Okay. 4050 inches cubed. Okay. 79. What is the volume of the triangular prism? All right. So, yeah, we don't need to draw one. We're going to do it on here. I'm okay with rectangular prisms, but when we start getting into funky stuff, yeah, no. All right, so there's my base. My base is a triangle. Okay? So what is the volume of the triangular prism? Volume. Volume. What's my formula for volume of a prism?
Base times volume equals length times width times height.
Or base area times height, right?
1430.
Okay, so what is my, so let's figure out what's our base area.
15.
My base area.
Oh,
What shape is my base?
Triangle.
What's the formula for the area of a triangle?
Based on that.
1/2 base times height. Okay? So 1/2, what's the base of my base?
15. No, 12.
It's 12. What's my height? 8. Yeah, it's from the top vertex to where it meets. So that's times 4, or times 8. So
12 times 8.
I could do 12 times 8, or I can go, what's half of 12? 6. 6 times 8 is 48. You have to cut it in half because it's a triangle. Right? Or you could go, half of 8 is 4, and 4 times 12 is 48. Or you can say 12 times 8 is 96, and half of 96 is 48. Okay? So now I have my base area, and this is my height, right, of my prism? So my volume equals 48 times 15. And 48 times 15, my volume equals 720 what? Meters cubed. 720. Alrighty. So I'm going to stop this video here.